Here's how it's done.
This is actually a really small little sign. It's only about 7 by 10, something like that. Now the bench cookies I used are just to lift the board up so I can use those spring clamps to make sure that that stencil lays flat and I get a good clean line. Figuring out what bit to use on this was actually a little bit of a challenge. I haven't kind of come across that in a long time. I used the profile for the entire thing. Now here's the deal though. I didn't use a brand new profile bit. I used one that's been sharpened like, I don't know, 8 to 10 times, something like that. So I could still get a nice fine line with it, but it is actually quite a bit wider. So it doesn't have as gradual of a V groove. So as I drop the bit deeper, it cuts a lot wider. So just because you use a bit for a while and it gets sharpened and the shape of it changes, doesn't mean that it's no good anymore. It's a little bit different shape than a brand new bit, but in something like this, it actually worked a lot better than a brand new bit. Now for the cursive part, I might have been able to get away with the 60-degree bit, but there's some really fine lines. So even though I think I could have cut that line, I don't think it would have been deep enough once it was all sanded off. So I think a used profile bit was definitely the right way to go for this particular sign. Once I got the initial carving done, then I dropped that same profile bit down to 1/4 of an inch deep, and I went in and took out all of the inside of the letters and I widened the lines on the heart and the arrows. It's a lot easier to get a straight cut when you start out shallow. If I was just to drop this at 1/4 of an inch and try to do everything at one depth, it would have been quite a bit more difficult to hold a straight line. So if you're just starting out, start cutting shallow and you're going to see a big difference in how your lines look with the final product. Once all the carving was done, then I brushed it out really good with a stiff bristle brush and I put a chamfer on it with our 45-degree chamfer bit. Then I sprayed the whole thing black with primer, making sure to get everything really nice and black inside the carving. I sanded it off with an 80 grit disc on our disc sander and a 120 grit disc on the random orbital. Now because this is more of an interior sign, I just used a red Sharpie for the heart and then I put several coats of clear on it. And you have a really nice little stock sign that you can probably sell for 25 to 30 bucks.
You can find everything we used here and a ton more over at the website makeawoodsign.com. Go check it out.